it's a meeting place for people from Pennsylvania. They're all generally in the same age bracket. They all have, very well educated and good jobs. This is not a rough-edged bar. This is some very nice and classy people. The people that run the organization, they have a website which is as good a website as any corporate website you would ever want to find. They take photos every week. They do charitable contributions. A couple of years ago, there was a flood in Carnegie, Pennsylvania, and they went around to the restaurant bar and contributed about $1,000 for flood removing equipment in Carnegie. So the people who run it are really, really good people. If they weren't, I wouldn't go over there.
I think that the Steelers are definitely a unique team. They have a fan base that's like no other. Everyone in Pittsburgh is obsessed about the Steelers, really like I've never seen about anything else. Like people want to say like Ohio State, Michigan fans, like those type of fans, or Red Sox Nation. The Steelers there might not be as many, but they're definitely more rabid. And there are a lot. It's a national following. It's really blue-collar team that defines the city.
I think it gives it a lot of spirit and a lot of the economy. I mean, people just, it really brings a lot into Pittsburgh. But the fans are, like I said, they're phenomenal because they're just so
Can never get a
dedicated.
ticket this year.
Well, I think it's a trademark of the city. It's a rugged place. The team has had a very good history recently, but it had a very poor history before that. It reflects really the ups and downs of Pittsburgh. And the personalities that they've had there, it has a lot of character. It's a blue-collar team, which basically that area, the coal mines and the steel mills, it represented the city very well.
The football team gives us a strong sense of morale. It gives us something to point to. Like when people say you're from Pittsburgh, it's like if they've heard of it, it's usually because of the Steelers. That's always the first association. People still think we have Steelers because of the Steelers, which we don't, but it gives us an identity. And people always say that the Steelers have this identity of this hardworking, blue-collar team because of the city. It's a hardworking city, blue-collar, steel mills. But I think it also works the other way around because the Steelers are they're always a very tough team. They're always someone who they wear those black uniforms, black and gold, very tough, very instigatory sometimes. Where they always play really hard defense. It sort of gives you a sense of pride. Steeler football, it's a certain type of football. The city sort of piggybacks on that certain type of city.
Well, besides the obvious, economic things, I think that it keeps us on the map there. Us, I'm still living there. They were just recently voted the most livable city again, and I think that it brought people to the city and kept them there, and from that, a lot of other things have come, the arts and things like that, along with this teaching hospitals and whatnot. But I think that it's kept a star on the map as far as don't forget about Pittsburgh.
But the Steelers just really, they, like I said, it brings a lot of the city together, and I would say that probably if they didn't have such a strong following, that the city wouldn't be like it is.
We're dedicated. The fans are dedicated to the team and the city. They're dedicated to the city in terms of, you live there and you love the city and you love where you grew up or you love where you were at one point. There's also the team. Like we said before, the team is so interwoven with the city. It's hard to differentiate the two. But definitely, it's both. It has to be.
I think fans are probably more dedicated to the Steeler team than the city, being that they're from all parts. And secondly, I think there's a lot of fans around the country or around the world, again, because they win. Nobody likes a loser. So it's easy to be a fan of the Steelers because they win, and it's also very hard as a Steeler fan when they lose because we don't know how to behave.
I mean, people in Pittsburgh are so different than other cities. I mean, when I went to Columbus, it was like I was on a completely different planet.
We thought we were different. We thought we were different.
It really, truly. I mean,
Really?
it took me forever. I didn't like it. I just felt like, and I'm thinking, you're right next door. You know, you have no idea. It was awful. Get real excited. Like I said, I paid lots of money to watch all the Steelers games. And I've been doing that for 7 years. And I plan on continuing.
And Steelers 2008, I like where we're headed.
As time goes on, Steeler Nation continues to grow. It is no longer only the mill workers who fled Pittsburgh, waving their terrible towels all over the country, but it is their children and their grandchildren who are Steeler fans as well because of the connection they feel to their heritage, to the city of Pittsburgh, and to their team, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, I had a dream. I stood beneath an orange sky. With my brother standing by. With my brother standing by. I said, brother, you know, it's a long road we've been walking on. Brother, you know it is, such a long road we've been walking on. Oh, brother.
You all may not be Steeler fans, but you are living in Steeler country.
Stood beneath an orange sky.
It is a home game. Let me tell you why. Because you're in Steelers country. That's why it's a home game.
What up, Pittsburgh? Hispanic team. I wanna say what's up to the cities of Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and Denver too. No big what up to Seattle.
So we shock the world now. Come meet the Steeler Nation. Super Bowl bow with Coward. The field is blazing. The real sensation of triumph and dominance and skill. On top of this league is the 6th seed. The competition killed. The story of the season's been the birth of a gunslinger. A leader on a run to gain a ring for one finger, saying, bring the blitz, bring the heat, we'll bring our legacy as Super Bowl legends ready to resurrect the 70s. We waved the terrible towel, made the terrible tackle, now complete.